Good morning. In this lecture, we are going to cover a topic called batteries, which is from Unit 2 Electrical Installation. We are going to see what is a battery, construction and working of a battery, advantages and disadvantages of a battery, and next types of a battery, each and every type, and we are going to see the advantages and disadvantages of each and every type of a battery, and finally we are going to go through important characteristics of a battery that need to be considered while choosing a battery. Now, a battery. Now, battery is a device which converts chemical energy to electrical energy by using chemical reaction. So moving on to the construction and working of a battery. In battery there are three major components. The first one is an anode, cathode, electrolyte. Anode is a positive terminal, cathode is a negative terminal, and electrolyte is a medium where anode and cathode transfers charge carriers. We are going to see how anode and cathode transfer charge carrier, and what is the construction and working of a battery. If you go to the construction, in a vessel there will be electrolyte solution. If you look into the construction of a battery, in a beaker or a container there will be electrolytic solution. In this electrolytic solution, both anode, which is a positive charge, and a cathode, which is a negative charge, are dipped. Due to the chemical reaction between the anode and electrolyte and cathode and electrolyte, the charge carriers, which are electrons, will flow from one electrode to the other electrode. Due to this motion of the charge carriers, there will be a flow of electricity. So at the anode, oxidation occurs, which means electrons are released into the electrolytic solution. These electrons will move towards the cathode, and there the cathode acquires these electrons. So the flow of electron is generally from anode to cathode. The conventional current direction will be opposite to that of a flow of electron, which is from cathode to anode. Hence, anode is a positive terminal and cathode is a negative terminal. Moving on to the advantages of a battery. Advantages of a battery over diesel generator. Generally, in olden days, for electricity backup, we used diesel generator sets where there will be a diesel generator. If you provide a diesel to that generator, it will provide us electricity. Generally, this type of equipment is a pretty loud and it takes a lot of space and creates environmental pollution, and also the efficiency of a normal a diesel engine or a petrol engine will be around 30%. So it is not that efficient, whereas the batteries are very efficient. Generally the efficiency will be is around 90 to 95%. So batteries are higher efficient when compared to diesel generator sets. Moving on to the operation cost. In diesel generator the operation cost is more because there are moving parts in the diesel generator set, whereas in a battery there are no moving parts, hence the operational cost is very low, and also the maintenance cost is very low. Moving on, the response time is very less. As batteries constitute electronic circuit, we can make the battery to respond very fastly when there is a necessity of power. But whereas a diesel generator, as the diesel generator have higher amount of inertia, we cannot make the diesel generator to change its state very quickly. Moving on to the next point. In batteries, the energy can be stored longer duration, whereas in diesel generator sets, we cannot store the energy. Here, there is no provision to store energy in diesel generator sets. Moving on to the next point, environmental friendly. Batteries does not release any harmful gases while they are in operation, but whereas a diesel generator sets will release harmful gases. Moving on, the types of a battery. Batteries are classified into two types: primary battery, secondary battery. The first one, primary battery. Primary battery is also called as a simple use and throw battery. The batteries which we regularly use on the wall clocks, in the remotes, in the TV remotes, etc., are called primary batteries, which we can use only once. So they cannot be recharged or reutilized. These batteries are also called as dry cells or dry batteries. Example for these type of a batteries: mercury battery, zinc battery, alkaline battery. The second type is a secondary battery. These batteries can be charged electrically, reused multiple times. These batteries are called as secondary batteries. Example for this type of a batteries is lead acid battery, lithium ion battery, lead cadmium battery, lithium battery, etc. These batteries can be discharged and charged multiple times, which means we can say secondary batteries are reusable batteries. The battery in our mobile phone is a lithium ion battery, which is reusable or rechargeable. Moving on to the comparison table. For primary battery, the initial cost is less. For a secondary battery, the initial cost is high. To make the battery last long, we need higher quality material. So the secondary batteries generally cost more when compared to the primary battery. In primary battery, the cost per 1 kilowatt hour is high, whereas in the secondary battery, cost per 1 kilowatt hour is less. This is due to the reusability nature of a secondary battery. Moving on to the third point, as these primary batteries are disposable batteries, no maintenance is required, whereas the secondary battery, a regular maintenance is required. Primary batteries are suitable for the applications for a portable, low power consuming applications. The example for such kind of application is wall clock, TV remote, which is nothing but a IR blaster, etc. These type of applications need less amount of power to generate the motion or generate the infrared light. So primary batteries can serve can serve the purpose, whereas a secondary battery is suitable for a little medium power portable application. Moving on to the next point, the primary battery has good charge maintenance. Primary batteries are generally stored for a long time, so primary batteries has to maintain a good charge for a longer duration. But whereas a secondary battery perform online, means they perform very rarely, they are always connected to the grid, so the charge maintenance is very less. The charge maintenance is very less for a secondary battery. Moving on to the next point, the primary batteries are not suitable for heavy load, as primary batteries can hold a small amount of power, and also the discharge rate is very poor for a primary battery. The battery cannot handle heavy loads, whereas a secondary battery can handle a large amount of power and can deliver that large amount of power over a small interval of time, so they can handle heavy loads. As primary batteries can be reused only once, this type of a battery has a limited applications, whereas a secondary batteries has a vast amount of applications. Moving on to the next concept, important characteristics of a battery. While choosing a battery, these following characteristics plays a crucial role. The first one is a type of a battery. The type of a battery can be of a primary type or a secondary type, which is rechargeable or chargeable type of a battery. Moving on to the next one, voltage. Every component can handle only particular range of voltage values. If we cross that particular range of voltage, the equipment may get damaged. So to provide power to that particular equipment, we need to connect a battery such that the voltage rating is same. So voltage plays a crucial role in choosing the battery. Next point is discharge curve. Discharge curve is a curve drawn between the voltage and battery percentage. Let's suppose say we have a 100% battery and the rated voltage of a battery is 3 volts. The battery should maintain the voltage 3 volts even the battery percentage is 1. So we can draw the discharge curve as in this way. But But what happens over time is the discharge curve slowly shifts in this direction. So the discharge curve becomes in this way over the time as battery lives go up. So if you observe for an older battery, even the battery percentage is at 20 percentage due to the shift in discharge curve. The voltage delivered the battery at 20 percentage is 3 volts, but the voltage delivered by the battery lesser than the 20 percentage is not 3 volts. The protection circuit in the battery feels that the battery crossed the 1 percentage mark and shut down your mobile. This generally happens with the old batteries. Moving on to the next one, capacity. Capacity plays a crucial role in deciding the battery. Higher capacity batteries can store large amount of charge. Moving on to the energy density. Energy density is defined as energy that can be stored per unit volume of cell's weight. Energy obtained per unit volume of the cell weight is called as energy density. This plays a crucial point while choosing a mobile for portable equipment. Similarly, the specific energy density and power density. They both are also a relation between the weight and the energy or power. Moving on to the next point, service life. To make your battery last long, these following factors plays a crucial role. The first one is a overcharging or over discharging. Overcharging. If you overcharge a battery, the battery lifespan will get affected. Similarly, for a over discharge, if you over discharge battery, the battery lifespan will get reduced. Let's take an example, our mobile. For a mobile, you can overcharge. There is no problem in overcharging your mobile because internally there is a overcharge protection circuit present in your mobile which will sense the battery is fully charged and power switch off the power which is delivered by the USB mini cord. But whereas coming to the over discharge, it doesn't have the control. For a mobile, you can overcharge. There is no problem in overcharging your mobile because internally there is a overcharge protection circuit present in your mobile which will sense the battery is fully charged and power switch off the power which is delivered by the USB mini cord. But whereas coming to the over discharge, it doesn't have the control to switch off your mobile when you use your mobile below 20 percentage or below 30 percentage. So if you operate your mobile generally at a percentages lesser than the 30 or 20 percentage, there is a high chance that your battery mobile lifespan will get reduced. Moving on to the next point, service life. These following factors plays a crucial role in service life of your battery. The first one is overcharge and discharge, which means if you overcharge a battery or over discharge a battery, the lifespan of the battery will get reduced. Example, let us take a mobile. If you overcharge your mobiles, our lifespan of the mobile battery will definitely get reduced, but nowadays the mobile phones are equipped with overcharge protection circuit. Nowadays, every mobile has an overcharge protection circuit. When it senses the battery is fully charged, it will switch off the power supply delivered to the mobile through USB mini cable and protects the battery from overcharging. Moving on to the over discharge, it is preferred not to use your mobile when your battery is below 20 or 30 percentage because due to over discharge the lifespan of the battery will get degraded. Moving on to the short circuit, if the two terminals of a battery, which is a anode and cathode, positive negative, are short circuited, a heavy amount of heat will be created at this region. It will affect the battery's life or it may explode the battery. Example for this type of a incident is Samsung Note 9 battery explosion. In a Samsung Note 9 battery, the batteries at the edges, the batteries are at the end of a battery. If you observe, this is a structure of a Samsung Note 9 battery. If you observe, the positive, negative are close to each other. If any deformation occurs due to any external mechanical force, the two plates which are a positive and negative may come into contact with each other, and this contact will causes a spark in the battery and trigger a chain reaction, and this has led to the explosion of a Samsung Note 9 batteries. Moving on to the next point, withdrawal of more current from than the prediction value. If you draw more amount of a current from a battery than the rated value, then the lifespan of the battery will get reduced. Effect of variation in the temperature. If there is a rise in a temperature or the battery is placed near to the processor, then the lifespan of the battery will get reduced. And the last one, effect of shocks and vibration. As we discussed about the Samsung Note 9 case, here a physical deformation occurred. This may result to a complete damage or of a battery, explosion of a battery, or it may reduce the lifespan of a battery. Moving on to the physical requirement, the size and shape of the battery plays a crucial role. Moving on to the next point, charging and discharging curve. Charging curve, for our modern life and portable equipments, the battery should charge very quickly and discharge very slowly. Depending upon the application, depending upon the cost and budget, the charging and discharging rates are decided.